Good morning. Today we're going to talk about 10 things your potatoes will thank you for planting with them and 10 things you should never plant with your potatoes.
I'm Lorella. This is Plan B Orchard and Farm, where we're all about helping you take small, manageable steps towards a more peaceful and sustainable lifestyle.
I'm sitting here in my potato patch. I've got 3 beds of potatoes. They are doing great, but I realized that right down the middle of each row there is space that is wasted. When I came in here a month or so ago and I planted these potatoes, I had 3-foot wide beds and I planted along the edge, and then down the middle of the down the middle of the bed I put feed bags with leaf mulch over it. Well, the potato plants are getting really big. It's time to hill them up, and I'm just going to push that leaf mulch over instead of using dirt. So that's going to leave me with a bunch of empty space down the middle of my potato beds. And we don't want empty space in the garden, do we? No, we want to fill it up with stuff that is productive. So what is companion planting anyway? If you are new to gardening, you may have heard the term and you probably have a good idea of what it is, but basically it's plants that grow well together. And there are several things that can make it a good companion plant. It might be for pest deterrent. It might be that they have similar needs for growing, such as similar fertilizer, similar watering needs. It could be that they are going to work together to amend the soil, or in fact, some vegetables will actually enhance the flavor of the other one when they're planted near together. So what do your potatoes want planted with them? Beans, corn, cabbage, flowers such as marigolds, nasturtiums, tansies, petunias, herbs such as basil and thyme, lettuce, horseradish, peas, radishes, and spinach. There's lots of those things I would love to plant in my potato beds, but I just can't this year right yet. I can't yet. I want to say that because we are having drought conditions and intensive heat. It's getting around 100 degrees. It's still kind of early July, but we haven't had a rain in over a month, which is ridiculous for us. So with the heat, like I would love to plant some cabbage and peas and lettuce, but those are really cool weather crops. And I think that they would either just bolt or the lettuce would go bitter. So I'm going to wait and plant those later in the year. What I am going to plant today is corn. I have some sweet corn left to plant, and it's pretty late in the season because the saying around here is knee high by the 4th of July. That's where you want your corn plants to be. You want them, yay high. This is an 85-day corn, which is less than 3 months, which means I should be able to harvest before October 15th, and that's our first frost date usually. So I'm going to give it a go, and we'll just see how lucky we are. In addition to your plants having companions or things that grow well together, or some people might say that they like to be together, there are also plants that your veg don't want to be planted with, that they don't like to be around. What does that mean? That means that those plants are going to compete with them for the nutrients in the soil or the space or something like that. So some of the things that you should never plant with your potatoes are carrots, cucumber, eggplant, onions, peppers, pumpkins, other squash, sunflowers, tomatoes, and turnips. And especially watch out for the tomatoes and the eggplants. Those are nightshade varieties, so they're going to just take everything away. All the nutrition that your potatoes need are going to be taken from the tomatoes or the eggplants, and vice versa. An eggplant actually puts out something in their root system that lots of plants don't like to be around. So they're not a good companion plant for many things. So definitely look it up when you're going to plant eggplant near something else. All right. Let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and get doing this. Let's see if I can get that chicken out of my garden. And 10 things you should never plant with your tomatoes. Tomatoes! Oh my gosh. Good morning. Today we're going to talk about 10 great companion plants for tomatoes and 10 things you should never plant with your tomatoes. Tomatoes, potatoes. So some things that you don't ever want to plant with your potatoes are corn. I said corn.